Yeah.
You're going, okay, this is the surface entry. Let's see if I can keep my head from going underwater. Notice that my scissor kick doesn't occur until my waist is underwater and my hands until the water is up to my shoulders. And then I'm not pushing straight down, but I'm pushing kind of a 45-degree angle out. Here we go. Okay. You would think, first time I did this, I thought, well, I'm going to sink right to the bottom with all this weight. But I'm not. Notice my hands. You're going to be going like this initially if you're a bit nervous. Just a slow sculling of the hands back and forth. Now, why don't you go over by Meredith here so you can better see the demonstrations of the kicks here. This would be an example of the frog kick. See how my legs are working? Now, in a 15-minute save yourself or a 2-hour real life, your muscles might start cramping from that. So you might think, I need to use a different muscle group. So I think I'll go to the scissor kick, which would be like riding your bicycle. So I'm using a little different muscle group here. And then you might say, boy, I need to try a different kick. This is the one that in that Redman school I had not been exposed to and was first exposed to, and it's called an 8-meter kick, and it's a little more complex. You need to, what you want to work at here is pulling your foot up flat, so this flat surface on the inside of your thigh and your lower leg is pushing water.
That's what they taught us at water polo. And that,
is this water polo?
yeah.
Have you played water polo? That's one of the 2 sports I recommend for keeping up skills in water. Swimming laps is great, but you can do it much better with games like that. So you're going to sit here and you're going to tread water. During that time, what gets queued up next, Chris?
The tread water, but then draw a red gun.
Okay,
aim
I'm going to say
double tap.
gun. I want you to draw. Now I'm holding my gun up, bang, bang. I'm having to work a little harder treading water because I've just lost one of my hands. And then when Chris says recover,
Okay. Recover.
we're going to reholster. Now remember, our holsters, I'm a huge advocate of security holders, double and triple retention. And we think of those holsters as keeping our weapons secure. We think of those holsters as being able to draw quickly. Sometimes we forget. This is a lesson I learned in investigating the shooting of 2 of my colleagues, and that is the ability to rapidly reholster a secure weapon. So you may have to then de-escalate it, and you're going to use physical force, but you didn't get your weapon secured, and the suspect gets it, it shoots you and your partner. So think about that in your holster selection. Okay, so we're going to do that at least 3 times. Some of them, when you say gun, Tom, I'm going to say jam. So then you're going to have to go tap, rack, ready. You come back for round 2?
No, I was wondering who's missing.
Ben. Okay, what's next on the list, Chris?
Basically repeat 3 times. Cast fender near student.
Okay. I need one of you to give me your expandable baton. I do not carry an expandable baton. I carry a mini baton. Okay. Now, as I tread water, some thoughts to consider is your head weighs about 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds when it's out of the water. If it's in the water, it weighs less. Now I've given up some abilities here to hear good or to see good, but I've liked my load. So it's a way to lay back and not have as many pounds to suspend. Okay, Robert, you can. pass the defender beside you, I want you to pull your baton extended. Now, I don't want you to go like that. I want you to come back. Now, let's see 3 good strikes on the fender. And you take your fender to the, or excuse me, your baton. Side and deposit it. Okay, what's next?
Okay, remove defensive gear belt and let it sink.
Okay, now this is the time we think about how many keepers do we have, and can I get to them all with one hand? I work 2 keepers. I think Nate Bungard had 7. Velcro belt, I think, reduces the amount. You do want your defensive gear firmly attached to your waist so it doesn't spin on you. So it's always finding that medium ground there for how many.
Okay, and then remove your footwear and place on gutter.
Okay. Now this is gonna intimidate you a little bit, so you just take a good breath, because your nose is gonna go underwater. So don't think you're gonna do it while you're breathing. You're gonna take a breath, do your work, come back up, just do it with steps as many as it takes.
Maybe I should have one double-knotted right now.
Probably not. Probably not.
Now I wear my,
I can slide mine off.
and you should too, have your laces double
There you
tight.
go.
Knotted. Because there's nothing worse than being in a wrestling match or a foot chase and have your shoe come untied. But right now I wish they weren't, but they are. Now, here's the, everyone that has it, most people think, if I go in the water, I want my shoes off. I mean, we see it in the movies. When they're gonna do a rescue, what do? They shed their shoes before they run into the water. But look at that. They float. They are an ally.
I'll make mine full.
Put all the other classes in.
And then,
Probably not.
when I get to shore and have to walk 2 miles on a rocky shoreline, my feet will really like this shoe. Okay, what's next, Chris?
All right, remove PFD and place on the gutter. You don't got that, so.
Not PFD, we haven't put it on yet, have we?
Yep. Oh, we skipped that.
Okay.
I skipped.
Look at
Go ahead,
me
put it on.
struggling.
Sorry.
Okay. Those of you who have an inflatable are going to put it on and manually inflate it. Those of you who have type 3, as I indicated before, this one, that one's fine over there. It wasn't I did the inflatables in the last class I taught. I use a type 3 primarily up north. Now, there's a little bit of a easier way to get those on than what you'd think. You want to take the bottom of the back panel, grasp it with one of your hands, and pull it underneath you, set into it. Now I'm setting in my PFD. Put my arms through the loops.
I'm not sure where that one
Comes right out. I know. Oh,
Sorry, I
there
skipped.
may be many PFDs like this. But
He's
this
making
one's
you
mine,
work.
And I love it.
Sorry, I skipped that one because it wasn't highlighted.
Oh my God. You just wanted to see me suffer.
I was gonna say he's
Color
really
line,
working
right?
hard out here.
Oh, I love this PFD.
So you should have been able to do your shoes with that on. So that was
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Remove the PFD and place on the gutter.
Because you get to do it too.
I know. Sorry. I apologize to you both now because that's
I think Chris needs his own special rules while we're doing this.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, make shirts and pants into a PFD.
Okay, when we entered the water,
This part.
we may have been able to get water and air into it. If not, now we're going to work at doing that. If you can button your top, that is helpful.
But we're all like, I can do it. My shirt's huge.
Now, is this going to be as good as my PFD? No.
No.
Is it going to give me some flotation? Yes. Well, perhaps I'm working the next thing. What's next?
The pants, or then you can retrieve your defensive gear from the bottom of the pool and.
I'm going to make pants into a PFD.
Yep.
This is going to be a more effective PFD for you.
You just didn't want to say
This
take
is
off
why
the pants, did you?
We hope you
I
wore
said
swimsuits.
pants. I figured it was
It's all coming together.
Same thing as when you did your shoes. You got to be prepared to hold your breath here.
He's from Michigan. He's a water dog anyway.
I know.
Okay, pants are off. Here's some things to remember. You re-snap and zipper your pants. You want the snap and the zipper to be down when you put this on. You then are going to tie together your ankles of your pants.
I'm glad I wore these ones today.
Preferably a square knot, but you'll settle to a granny if that's what you end up with. Okay, now's the time. I make sure that I have my zipper and snap down. This isn't bad. Now it's going to leak, and if you wear these kind of pants like I do, look at Meredith's knees. It's a good escape. If she pulls up her knee there, it's a screen. So as it leaks,
Oh, there's just
you want to refill, and you can do it as I initially did, or this cup method works pretty well. And that gives you a lot of flotation. I'd still take my type 3 over it, but this is a big improvement over the shirt. Okay, what's next, Chris?
Retrieve your defensive gear from the bottom of the pool.
Okay, by now you're going to be feeling some fatigue. We're going to start pushing that
You think?
envelope of survival. I'm gonna make it. So you find your gear, and depending on your skill, I'm gonna do a surface dive, but you just needle down too. Now, that may take a little more skill than you have, so I would show me the needle. Okay, bring your gear to the side. Now, this isn't as high as the gunnels in your boat, but we're going to visualize it and practice that muscle memory that best is most similar to re-entering a boat. You're grabbing up the gunnel, you're using that pull-up strength to pull yourself up. You're going to try to hook the gunnel with your heel or leg and pull yourself up. Now today, you can turn it off now if you like.